Hey guys, this is Sandra with Little 57. Thank you so much for joining me. I haven't been on here in a while due to a few things. Number one being, you can probably already hear it in my voice. My voice is not very strong. I have been sick for what feels like forever. I had completely lost my voice. Like it was completely gone, like nothing left at all. So this is actually me doing much better. I did put a cough drop in because I'm still prone to a little coughing attacks here and there, but like I said, I'm on the upside. I hope this finds you all doing well. We've had another major shift in our family, and so we've in our home actually. You know, people move in and out. That's just how our family operates. Seems like, and so we've had another. My granddaughter and my daughter have moved in, and so we had another shift and moving everybody around and getting everybody situated. It took some time, but all right, now we're here. So what I'm going to do today, what I want to do with us today, is make us some very grungy journaling cards, and what I'm going to be using are some book pages, and if you want to follow along, you can use whatever kind of book pages you have available. I'm going to probably be going between these two. I like the patina in this one, and this one is an old bookkeeping accounting book that's got some really cool stuff in it that I like. So anyway, and then some scraps. Now, you probably want your scraps to fit in your postcards. Oh, there's no scrap. I mean your index cards is what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using 4x6 index cards, but you can use whatever size you want. This is just the size I'm using today. Again, I'm making very grungy. I also have me some watered down black acrylic paint. You can use inks or whatever else you have on hand. This is what I like to use to make it really grungy. And then your little, decoration, ephemera, whatever you want, butterflies, whatever, that kind of thing. So anyway, let's get at it. I'm hoping this inspires me for a journal, because I have not made a journal in a while and I need to get on top of things. This year's just started off crazy. I don't know what else to say. So I'm doing what I can, and what I can do is what I can do, But anyway, get you some scrap papers, index cards, book pages, some inks, and some ephemera or paint, whatever. I'm going to put me down a mat because grungy means messy in my world. In most worlds, I'm sure, but all right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of prototypes of ones that I made yesterday, just kind of give you an idea of where we're going. These are the ones that I did yesterday. This one has a little dangle on it. This one almost looks gothic, but I like it. There's that one. This is just another great way to get rid of some book pages and scraps that you don't want lying around. So I'm going to go ahead and make this part of my scrapology that I had talked about in my last video. That does not quite fit, but it doesn't really matter for what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and, first thing I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to stick it to a book page. I know most of the country got some kind of weather last week. We are still frozen here in Arkansas, and if you live in the South, you know and understand how snow or ice kind of brings everything to a halt here. We are not equipped for this kind of weather because we don't get it very often. So, snow here is pretty dramatic, to say the least. My husband has been able to get out to go to work the last 2 nights, thankfully, but he does have a 4-wheel truck because our road, we live in the country, and here they will sand the main roads, but the back roads they don't touch, very rarely. So we don't have salt trucks, or we do have some snow plows, but again, they just use the main road. So if you live close to the main road, it's not too bad, but where we live, it's pretty sketchy to try to drive in. But hopefully today, the sun is shining, and hopefully today it'll get warm enough to melt. Okay, so that's what I got now. Now I can put my second layer on this or go ahead and grunge it. And I prefer to go ahead and grunge it because I may want different levels of grunginess according to each page that, each layer that I want. So I'm going to go ahead with my watered down black, and this is pretty dark. So what I could do here, that's pretty watered down, but that's still really dark, isn't it? What I could do here is just add some water to it, kind of let it drip, and then lay it in that, like that. Because there is no wrong or right way to grunge things. That's one of the reasons why I like to grunge. Sop that up a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit more on the edges. I don't even know if the edges will be seen by the time I'm done with this, but maybe do a little bit of that in there just to give a little something more. Like I said, this is a great way to use up book pages and scraps. Okay, now I'm going to pause you and I'm going to dry this and then we'll come back to the second layer. Okay, so now that's dry. Now the next layer that I'm going to do is this right here, and I'm going to put it over top of it. But before I do that, I want, like I did on this one, I'm going to cut a hole in it. And this is nothing new. If you guys have ever seen anybody make a tunnel book, it's basically the same idea. I just kind of cut a hole in it. And again, there's no right or wrong to this either. Just kind of making a very grungy frame out of it. As big or small as you would want. I'm throwing that away, ladies. I know. Calm down. Just kidding. Okay, so something like this. And then I would go ahead and figure out what do I want. Probably some kind of bug in the middle of this. Kind of match the other ones that I've made. It's not very big. Maybe a dragonfly. Maybe pink, because I got pink in the other ones. Or bright green. Yeah, I think I'll do the pink. I'm not finding any very big dragon. Wait, there's a bigger dragonfly. Or that dragonfly. Yeah, I like that one. For now. You know, I'm going to go ahead and leave those on in case I change my mind. So yeah, that sickness was pretty rough, man. I don't know exactly what I had. I'm pretty sure it turned into bronchitis. I suffered through. I made it. I endured. It's funny too, because I lost my voice after I was through the worst of it. Like, I was feeling much better. And then all of a sudden my voice was gone. Gone. And my poor granddaughter, she's 3. When she came over, she couldn't understand why Gigi wasn't talking to her. She just cried, I want Gigi to talk to me. So everybody's trying to explain to her, Gigi's got a hurt voice. She can't. And now every morning when she wakes up, she's like, Gigi, can you hear your voice? She's so cute. And because of being sick, I hadn't got to see my grandson in weeks. So finally, on Sunday, we got to have our family dinner and everybody got to come. So everybody's on the upside of this. So right there, I just kind of peeled that back a little bit. And I will put the dragonfly in there in a minute, some way or another. I may put a flower in here with him. That might be a good idea. Let's see. Some botanicals, maybe just a leaf. I know what you're thinking. These bright colors are not very grungy, are they? However, when I'm done with it, it will be very grungy again. Not afraid of color with grunge. I do like that. Be something like that though, way down here. I don't hate it. Do I love it though? I don't know. Don't know. Could do just a little one. Off to the side maybe. Oh, heavens. Why does everything have to be such a decision, you know? I don't hate the mushrooms, actually. That's my top pick. All right. But before we put any of that in there, we need to grunge this layer. This, I do the same thing. Just kind of do some grunginess. Get some black on there. Don't have to be perfect. And they don't have to be black. Do whatever color you want. I just like black. And then I spread it around. Make sure everything's good and dark and, you know, grunged. This is an excellent way to also use up scrap papers that, scrapbook papers or scraps, if you have colors that, you know, just don't fit your aesthetic. We all have those, right? Those scrapbook pages that come in a bundle or whatever in a book that you just like, I don't know that I'd ever use that for anything. This is a great way to use this up because you basically cover up the whole color and pattern, right? So, all right, I'm going to pause you again when I dry. Okay, so this is what you got now, right? Kind of wonky, but that's okay. That's the way I like it. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue stick and kind of just run it around this edge over here like that. And then I'm going to take some of this and just push it down, right? Maybe over here too. Just wherever you want, you know. Again, this is not a science, it's art, so there's no right or wrong. No definites. Do it however you want. Okay. And then I'm going to, well, actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and do the flower and the mushrooms and the dragonfly first because I don't know where I'm going to want those. Oh, always the joy of trying to separate a sticker while you're filming. It's one of my favorite things to do. Just kidding. Okay. And I'm going to take a little bit of vintage photo and of course grunge that up. Kind of help that background blend into the background, okay? And then this is also a sticker. Maybe. So I have been working, even though I haven't been filming, on getting some of my base things done. I did a whole bunch of grungy journal cards that I sell on my Etsy. In fact, let me show you a set of those. Hold on. If you know you don't have the time or whatever to make your own grungy cards, I do sell them. They do come with the tabs on them, unless you request that they don't, because they don't have to. I don't have to put the tabs on them. But this is what I've been working on while I've been in recovery and didn't have a voice. It's just making up some of these sets because I sell quite a few of these on Etsy. So I wanted to get ahead on those, so got some of those done. And it was a funny story too because I had started working on them before I got sick. And sorry, I'm shaking the table. My pillows are falling off my chair. Anyway, I started working on them before I'd gotten sick, and I had felt like so many grungy cards, like putting paper to cards and getting the first layer done on that grungy. And I just felt like I was doing it forever. And when I got done, I was like, I only got 3 sets done. How in the world? It felt like I was, working on these for hours and hours. So I was like, well, whatever. It is what it is. Once I'd gotten better and I came back, I was finishing them. So I got those 3 sets completely done. And I was putting them away, and where I was putting them away, I found another 3 sets that I had already started, and I forgot I put up. Yeah, so my excuse is, brain fog, due to many reasons. I mean, this year already. I've already told somebody, I'm usually a very optimistic person. Things don't tend to, wear me down too easily. Already this year, I'm like, if this is what this year is, because it's just been one thing after the other in our home. Just go ahead and get me on to 2025, but I'm just teasing. It's going to be a good year, and I know that. Somewhere inside of me knows that. It's going to get better. Okay, so there's that. It's missing something, obviously. I think what I want to do is kind of make this a little darker around it. Randomly. And then, of course, I want to do an edge to kind of frame it. But then again, I don't want it quite that dark, so I'm going to water it down. Yep, I'm not afraid of water, in case you hadn't noticed. But I do dry it thoroughly. Kind of stop up some of the puddle. And then, you know, I got to pause you while I dry. Hold on. Okay, so funny story. When I went to go to drying this, I realized I had glued this. I don't know if you can see that little piece of acetate in there. I didn't even know it was in there. All right. And then I also decided that I think I'm going to glue some of this up here down. Not you. This. I'm going to glue some of that down as well. Open it up a little bit there. Yeah, I'm liking that. It's very cute, right? Oh, but we're not done. Now to get out the decorating part. Get us some snippets out. This is my little snippet bowl. Shipment collect. I like this one better. Identification check because it kind of fits better there. And then maybe, what else could I put on here? A label, of course. Labels are never a bad thing. What else? A sweet little heart. Do I want a heart on there? Nah. Number 3. So yeah, like I said in my last video, this year I'm really working hard on not buying a bunch of stuff. I want this year to be about using the stuff that I have. And also, in that same line of thought, not being crazy about using every little piece of scrap or whatever, you know, I have. Fun. Not, you know, going crazy about it all. I just want to use what I can, be able to throw away what I can't, and not go buy a whole bunch of stuff just because it looks cool, which is not an easy thing for me to do. I'm not going to lie. All right, I'm liking this on there for sure. But it must become much more grungy like that to fit my aesthetic. Maybe identification check. I don't know yet if I want that there. See, this is what could take forever, right? I mean, you could just sit here and play with this stuff all day. Let's find a stamp to stamp something on this. Grungy. My hands are becoming good and grungy. That just means you're having fun. That's what we tell my granddaughter all the time. She loves it. Yesterday, because it's so bitterly cold, and she hasn't been able to play outside in forever, her Pop had bought her some fun muffins. You know, the birthday cake muffins. And bought us all muffins, but that we could make. So yesterday morning for breakfast, we let her make the muffins. And so she'd made all the muffin mixes and helped stir them all. We got them in the oven and they were cooking, and the pan was still there, or the bowl that had the muffin mix in it. And she was wanting to continue to, you know, stir and stuff. So we do what we call fairy soup. And what fairy soup is, when the weather's nice and you're outside, you get water and mud and sticks and leaves and berries and whatever you can find to put into a bowl, and you mix it all up, and it's fairy soup, and we feed the fairies with it. So since we haven't been able to go outside and make fairy soup in forever, because of winter, we let her make some indoor version of fairy soup yesterday. And I got her some of my old spices that I don't use, and An old packet of macaroni and cheese, the cheese powder, you know, that comes in box macaroni and cheese. I let her put that in there, and just tons of different spices that I had. We had some sprinkles left over from her birthday party, for her birthday cake and stuff. And so we let her put the sprinkles in there and just had it blast. It was the most disgusting thing we'd seen in a long time, but boy, she had fun making it. So when she wasn't around, Gigi took it out and fed the fairies with it. That's what childhood should be. Messy, right? And I like being a child, so. Okay, what else? What else do we want on this? I'm thinking to do, I don't want to make it just like this one, but it's not, right? It's different. I do need to do some of that color in there, though. That is something that I can see already. This one needs a little bit more vintage photo color amongst it. See, that's better. All right, and then I'm going to do an eyelet there, I think. And I'll come up with a dangle for it. Okay. Gotta find my crocodile. And I have this little tin here that has my eyelets in it. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do one of these. It's kind of a tight fit for that hole. Got it. And I will set it. There we go. And I will take I'm sure I'll have another one in here. There's one. This thingy. Bulb pin. And set it right there. And then I'll figure out a dangle. There is one more thing that I want to do on this. Before I call it done. I want to I'll take this one. Kind of a print. Just to add another kind of layer to this outside. Not like it's really, really noticeable, but you know how we are. All layers. See, that just added something to it, didn't it? I like it. I like it a lot. Do I need something down in this corner? And if yes, what should it be? I say. Maybe a stamp. See what a stamp would look like. I haven't done a stamp on any of these yet. Maybe something new and exciting. If I turn it around right. Different. Definitely is going to have to be a grungy color, though. I don't hate that. I think this one's more fitting of the colors that are in this one, though. Yes or no? The problem that I'm having, the issue that I have right now with this, is that it's kind of too matchy-matchy with size and everything with that. Here's a littler stamp. Or I could find one, a long one, and cut it in half. Cut it off like it's going off the page. That is a really cool stamp, though. Do I want to cut that one? No, I really don't. No, I don't. Not particularly. I have plenty, so. Ooh, I like that. Kind of matches the color of the copper in that little dragonfly. So we have a winner. All right, I really need to speed this along or I am a slow crafter, I'm afraid. Grungy but slow. Yep, I like that. And then I will come up with something to dangle. I think I know word, something long. Word or something. Do identification check, but do it on something. Let me look. I don't hate that color. Let me see if I have a scrap of it. Sorry. That's actually even closer to the color I want, so that's even better. Yeah, okay. What are you doing? Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Got this all figured out. I just gotta clean up some of this mess first. Yep. Get some stuff out of my way. Okay. This I'm not going to use, and this I'm not going to use. Okay. Let's go over in the botanicals. These go over in the butterflies. This can come back over here. Sorry. I know I'm cleaning while I'm videoing, but that's how my brain works. And I'm going to cut me a slice of this off. This is going to go on there, so I want it about that thick. Like that. And I'm going to want it about that long to give it room for the eyelet. That is not straight, is it? That's okay, it's grungy. Grungy is imperfections, right? Okay, so I'm going to glue this guy down. Oh no, you know what I just realized? I didn't ink it yet. That's okay. Like that. That was the vintage photo that I added there. Just add a little bit of that. And now I'm going to put a clear coat over that. And I use Liquitex Basic Acrylic Gloss Varnish. Mainly just because that's what I found at the store and that's what I went with. I'm no expert on any of this stuff. I just use what I got, you know. And I like this stuff pretty good. I've used it a lot. Alright, folks, you know the drill. Time for me to dry, so I'm going to pause you so you don't have to listen to that heinous sound. Okay, now I'm going to put the eyelet in here. Like that. So there's that one. Cute, right? Only took 5 hours. Just kidding. Okay, let's do another one real quick. I want to do one reverse where the book page is the outside and the colored page. I think I want to do one in this color. And I think I'm going to do it this book page. I don't really need... I need a thick one. I need a wide one. I'm going to do that. I also think that I'm going to do a photo in this one, so I'm going to go ahead and pick out a photo to use for it. Well, I'm fixing to use that, but again, that's how my brain works. All right, let's see, a photo. And that. I don't want one too wide. I mean, you could, tear your paper to where it's that wide where you can see everybody, but it's going to make it kind of awkward, I think. So I'm wanting a more narrow her. Unless I want to do it the other way. I could do one this way, right? I could. I absolutely could. Let me find a picture I want, though. La 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 la. Get down here where some of these smaller ones are. Much too wide. A lot harder to find a photo for this than you think. Okay? Don't judge. Oh, I kind of like that. She looks like she's some kind of royalty, doesn't she? Maybe she is. All right. I want that one or that one? I think that one. And what I did for this one was I cut this down to the size. All right. First, let's get this onto this paper. So I want this to be the background. Okay. I don't know how much of this is going to show. Sometimes more than others. We'll see what we can do with this. It's the first time I'm going to try one sideways this way. So come along for the ride. Oh, that's a lot of glue. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to smoosh that on there really good. And this did have lines on it, I think, before I coffee dyed it, whatever it was. And then this is going to go on there. But before I do that, no, I'll do it together. That way, I need to cut this down to a 4x6. I want it to be 6 this way. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cut off some of this white on this part first. Ooh. Ooh. You clean mine. Inches is about right there. And then 4 inches. Oh, wait. I'll wait a minute till we see exactly. Go ahead and do me a. Sorry, I'm babbling. I'm mumbling, I mean. I'm going to start me a hole here. And I will make it bigger as it is needed. This is the photo. I need to go definitely wider. Like that. again, there's no right or wrong way to do that. So that's fun. I think I'm going to go ahead and trim this down. I'm going to go ahead and black up around the... I don't want to add paint to the picture, because I did that in the one I made yesterday, and it kind of made it a little bit too dark for me. Like I said, it almost went from grunge to goth, and, you know, goth is your thing, that's fine, but it's not for me. So, I'm like right on the precipice of being gothic with my journals sometimes, but I don't want to dive into it. I just want to be grungy. Okay? All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is some black to grunge this up. And again, water it to kind of spread that love around. And then, in fact, I'm going to just sop that up with this. That's cool. I may add a little bit more black here. A little bit more water. It's the thing about grungy that I love. Like, just, you know, don't be afraid to put it on there. I don't know what it's going to turn out like. I don't know, you know, in the end what it's going to look like. But that's the art of grunge, is not being able to control every detail of what you're working on. Because if it's too controlled, then it looks controlled. This looks like, you know, somebody spilt black paint on it. That's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so I'm going to pause you while I dry. Okay, so that is dried. Let me get my heat gun away. So this is what we were left with. I did come back and darken that and then dried it also, just because I wanted that really dark around the edges of this one. This is my photograph. I'm going to go ahead and... do I want to darken the edges of this too? Nah, we'll just leave it for now. Okay. I'm going to just put that in the center. As center as I can with my crooked eyeballs. Okay. And I'm going to glue that down. Kind of just going around the circle here, mainly. Like that. I don't know if you could see what I just did, but... I'm going to go ahead and glue the corners down. Sure everything has got a hold where it needs to, okay? All right, now I'm going to cut this out. Stuck. It's attacking me. As I've mentioned before, I have a bird feeder right outside of my window. And these poor birds, they have been starving in this cold spell. You know how they get? It gets cold there. Trying to keep them fed. It's hard. All right, so that's what I have there. The issue that I'm having right now is because I'm trying to make this kind of cohesive, right? Is the colors are off, right? This is a little bit more white than the vintage photo. So I'm going to take my vintage photo and I'm going to go around all the outside of this to kind of bring that color into it as well. Somewhat match. Now some of these I have, some of the ones I made yesterday, I think all the ones I did yesterday, I rounded the edges. This one I did not. So I'm going to leave this one without a rounded edge as well to kind of go with it. Now, onto the decorating. I will do black around the edges. I think that's going to help a lot. And you can use your ink to do this if you prefer, but I want mine really good and dark, so I'm doing my acrylic. A little bit more messy, like that. I like it. Head off the excess. And I'm going to let that set and dry for a second while I look into what I want to put on it as far as decorations. And that, giving that black around the edges really helped pull it in more grungy. See? It's much better now. A little bit more cohesive. Okay, so what do I want to put on it? I'm thinking, I did this with this yesterday, with a flower. I kind of like that idea with this one as well. So let me see what I've got. Have that upside down. You know, I have no idea. To be honest, I don't know if that's upside down or not. I could do this one's kind of a pinkier. Kind of like that. What else? What else do I got in my box of magic? Botanicals. Ooh, there's that. Could do it over here. No, more room over there. I'm not hating that, honestly. Purple. Ooh. I like that too. Too big though. Or I could do, red. But everything else has got pink. More of a pink hue. So I'm trying to make this cohesive. I need to stick with a pinker theme. That does kind of bring out the pinks in that red background. So that's what I think I'm going to go with. It's that. And it matches that one. Okay then. What I'm going to do for this is I'm going to, first of all, put some vintage photo on it. Wa-cha-cha. That's what I say to my grandson. He says it back to me. He's a year and a half. He'll go, wa-cha-cha-cha-cha. And kind of grunge that up again. And, you know, more water. Probably shouldn't have put on my... Yep, I did that. Vintage photo just washed right off, didn't it? All of it did. Look, it's not even grungy anymore. I'll let that set for a second. All right, pausing to dry. Okay, let's see if I can get that vintage photo back on there. I won't wash it away this time. Kind of knock down some of that white. I'm not real sure how much of this will even be seen once I get it on there and cut off the excess, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to do a little bit of a black outline again. Sorry. Excusez-moi. Yeah, I don't like it like that. I like it like that better. Okay, now I'm going to cut off the excess that I don't need. You could leave it hanging over if you wanted. I mean, that's just an extra element of interest. Add back my black trim. Like that. Okay. Now what? Okay. Now I need some berry snippets again. That and that. That and that. Let's sit there and dry for a minute. And let's see. What do I got? What do I got even? Number 5 is kind of cool. Kind of makes it bottom heavy though. No. Oh, butterfly's not a bad idea. Never is. Butterflies are never a bad idea. I do kind of like that there. Or maybe this there. I need something along this bottom. I don't hate that. I don't hate it. Is that the color I want though? So we can dim it. Maybe that. Or maybe airmail it. I don't know. Ooh, I kind of like that idea. Doing something long right there. Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like. Okay, what else? Something in this corner here. I'm kind of going toward a bug again. Again, trying to be cohesive. Put a little moth. Or could do another dragonfly. Today's my dragonfly day, apparently. There's that one. Or there's a bigger one. I'm going to go big or go home kind of idea. Or I have this really cool yellow one. I'm sorry. I know it's not much fun to watch somebody try to make a decision on what to put on their stuff. But, you know, it is what it is. It's what we do, right? This is just part of the process. You. Not you. I don't hate that. Let's do that. Is that a good idea? Yep. Okay, let's get this done. Let's do this. Time's wasted. I do think that I'm going to get a set of these together. This may be my set. I'll show you in a minute, all of them. And just sell these on my Etsy. So if you're interested in them, be watching out for this grungy set of cards. Not you, you. Yeah, kind of crooked. I like it. And a little bit of vintage photo, just because that's our color. Oh, I see a little bit of that. Clip it off. All right, wow. Okay, that one's done. What do we think? Kind of add some interest to it, right? I mean, it's not just a blank journaling card. It's got a little bit of something, something. So this is the one, this one and this one are the ones we did today. These are the ones that I did yesterday. And then I did this one, which kind of looks, like I said, gothic, but it goes. Okay. So I think I'm going to do one more like this with just book page. And maybe I'll do another butterfly one, just another big butterfly, and see what we go from there, okay? All right, let's do one real quick. This one's much easier because it's not the double layer thing. Right. We'll use a book of page out of this. Book of page out of this. Not going to overthink it. I'm going to stick it on there and go, right? Oop. Okay, corner a little better. I'm going to cut it off. My poor scissors, y'all. I am hard on my equipment. I just am. That's part of the grunge, though, I think. It's just, you know, because everything's sticky and messy. Every so often I get out some alcohol or Gooby Gone. I clean them all up real good. Today is not that day. All right, so there's that. I'm going to go ahead and leave this one with the corners squared as well to make it 3 and 3. And then again, you take your this time I'm going to try to get a little bit more. Because I was jelly plating before jelly plating was cool. Man, not really. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to pause to dry. Uh-oh. Okay, drama. My phone died in the middle of all that. So I had to get me a charger and, you know, yada. All right, so this is dry. That's what that is. Now to decorate. I'm not going to take all day on this, boys and girls. We're going to... Right. Okay, I like them. You like them? I like them. In fact, I may just go ahead and leave their little title and their years on there. I'm going to bring it up. Nope, I'm not. I'm going to bring it down because I think I'm going to add a butterfly flying over their head. A pink one, of course, because pink is the color. Like so. And I might do another botanical, not yellow, littler, something littler. Maybe pink again, because, you know, again, that's the theme of this thing. Ooh, hello, you. A smaller butterfly. Smaller pink butterfly, that is. Just don't like that blue on the bottom of that. Yeah, maybe that. Okay. I want something over here. Perfect. Okay. Now, again, ink this bad boy up. I'm paranoid it's not recording. I need to re-ink my inker. When I do those grunge sets like that, it takes a lot of my ink. And I do a lot of grunge. On the ones that I showed you that I have for sale, they take a lot of ink. I like a lot of gesso. But they're fun. They're fun, you know. I'm missing my scrub brush. Let me take a second. What did I do with it? Where did it go? It's right here. All right. Gotta do this one down here like this, I said. Now this one is not a double layered, but it is a great way to get rid of some of the book pages, right? Nothing new. I just added a little bit more grunge than normal. I kind of do this one sideways, I think. Like that. And then I need a little butterfly here, like that. And then this flower. Go. Right there. And I'm going to just trim that off. All right, I'm going to take my vintage photo and distress this little flower a little bit, and that right there a little bit. Okay, what are we missing? Okay, I think I'm going to take a black Sharpie and kind of do this couple of X's. Maybe next over here. All right, that's looking good. I'm liking it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the really dark with my black paint. All right, that's pretty cool, right? I like it. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to be doing today. I think that's plenty. Like I said, I am going to put this together as a complete set and have them for sale on my Etsy, because I'm currently not working in a journal, and I'm not real sure what my next journal is going to be yet. I made one for my daughter recently, and my other daughter's wanting one as well. They don't do junk journals, just plain journals, but that I didn't record or anything because it was just for them, you know. So I'm gonna see if we can get all these on here where you can see them all. This is the only one that goes that way. But I like it. I think it's a pretty cool set. So if you're interested, these will be for sale on my Etsy soon. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching and following along. This is, again, another part of my scrapology, because we got rid of some scraps. And I consider book pages scraps as well, because most of us are just trying to use them all up. So this is part of scrapology. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this sparked you to be creative and be messy, not be afraid, right? Just slap it on there and have fun. Anyway, God bless. Bye.